Hey, Michael Tomasky here.
I'm David Frum, talking to you over the real live mulching sounds here in Lafayette Square.
So David, the other day Barack Obama said at a fundraiser that he thinks the Republican fever will break if he's reelected, by which he means, of course, the anti-Obama insanity, the birtherism, the Kenyaism, the obstructionism and everything he does will end if he's reelected, because there'll be no incentive to behave that way. Now, I understand, I think, why he feels he needs to say that, but if he actually believes that, he's being delusional.
Well, the conflict that we're having in this country is not a personality conflict. We are having a debate over the question, who's going to bear the pain of both fiscal and economic disappointment? There's no new money in the system. Compromises come only because somebody gives up what they already have, whether it's Medicare recipients, whether it's people who are used to a certain level of taxes. So it is understandable that the politics get very, very intense. And if President Obama should lose and Governor Romney becomes the president, there's going to be a fever on the other side, because he is going to be clawing back from Democratic constituencies in a way that is going to be like Wisconsin double plus.
That's all true, but wait a second. You really think that some of the stuff that they say about Obama, some of the stuff that the Republican base believes about Obama, that's not personal? That's about who has and doesn't have?
It's personal to him because he represents a series of changes that are happening in this country. Because of demographic change, ethnic change, we've got a situation where economic and ethnic conflict come together. And let me give you one example of how this is true. President Obama's original plan for financing his health care scheme was to cut $500 billion out of Medicare over 10 years. That will probably never happen. That was the idea. That was to fund coverage for the uninsured, who are 27% foreign born. Mm-hmm. So if you are a white Medicare recipient looking at the president's plans, he's not talking just about taking from you to give to the young. He's taking from you to give to people who came from somewhere else.
But it is personal. It all gets mixed up together.
And then it's a president whose family came from somewhere else. And yes, right, it all gets mixed up together.
Yeah. I don't think this fever is going to break anytime soon. This fever is not just because of Obama, and you're right about that. This fever's 20 years in the making, and it's probably going to last another 20 years. But you tell me, you don't have the fever anymore. What's going to break it?
What is going to break it is the return of prosperity. And people should not look for a political event to change our political problem, because the political problem originates in the real world disappointments of tens of millions of people.
Prosperity in the sense of unemployment being down to 6%, or
no, prosperity meaning standards of living rising, real prosperity.